Hello everybody, welcome back to Yener's Cake Tips. Thank you so much for joining me again. We take photos of people who we love and we place them in that little small picture frames and decorate our house with a lot of pride and put them on that on the side table or on the piano or something. It is really nice gesture that to show people who we love and then who they are. So I find this equally good idea. Decorate cakes with the same concept. But this time we have to use, of course, edible pictures, edible prints and sugar frames. So I know it is not new, it's been done many times, but the way how I'm going to do it, I believe for some of you, you will find something interesting in there. So first we have a picture here to frame, paper one and also sugar one. So I'm not going to disturb this while I'm taking all the measurements and everything. So I will recommend you to do the same thing. You do work on the paper one, but do not touch the sugar till to the end of the frame when the frame is ready. All right. So as you see, that's me and my 4 grandchildren. So this picture is taken on my private class for them to how to make cookie day. Okay, how to make cookies. So I'm also very proud with this picture. So I have here some yellow papers that I'm going to actually do the templates later on. I have also some one piece of cardboard here, which I like to show you also another alternate way to get these designs on the sugar, how to get this in print. That is part of just a cake box, white, right? So you have seen me many times I'm using for different purposes. Transparent ruler is useful than the stainless steel one for some cases. Plastic knife. I have some cellophane sheets here to do the piping with chocolate. I have some silver dust mixed with the alcohol. We're going to spray the frame and turn it to silver. And then I have a poking pin, which is the acupuncture needle to remove the air bubbles from the pastillage, and chocolate to glue things and at the same time pipe around the frame for decorations, starch, and then some pins to secure the templates on the sugar so it doesn't move, and then pastillage around I think about 350 gram. It's more than enough. And I have a PVC roller to roll the pastillage, and also I have this marking roller to give some texture to the center part of the picture frame, because sometimes that the oil painting is a kind of like a texture of like a cloth canvas behind. So I'm going to just try to create that. Big knife to cut long things, and water spray of course to glue that sugar print to the pastillage, and scissor to cut the papers. All right, so let's start designing the frames. I'm going to show you 3 different shapes, but I'm going to work on only one shape. So this will be a rectangular one. So let's start from this one first. All right. So I like to have a decision what is the inside of the picture frame should be. So I like to have this one like that. So will be this area, and then over here I want to have the picture frame finished around here, right? And also when we turn around here, I want to have it here according to the picture here. That's the inside part, and coming back here, there's this one. So I don't want to have anything like unnecessarily inside the frame. All right. So that's already good enough. All right. Let's do it like just a freehand, which you don't need to really do it better than that. The reason I will explain you very soon. So I like to have the frame around, so this is like this, like this, like this, like this. Frame around about this thickness, all right? But I like to have a little bit more, of course, better shape than that. So that is the center part. That's the center part, and that's the center part. So I like to have something like this here. Like that. So here, like that. Maybe a little bit like this. Okay. So I can continue doing all those things, but it's not really important, all right? So this has to be folded from here. A really, really good sort of folding, all right? And then folding also this way. That's the center part. Paper folding is a very good method to do things in cake decorating, right? Dividing things around exactly the same size or whatever, and then doing also creating symmetrical things. It's no problem, right? So hold this paper quite firmly and then cut the frame nicely. This. Okay, now this one. Make sure you're doing straight. That's it. This is my template for my picture frame. All right, this is the one. And don't throw away this one because you may need it, all right? Put this on the side. Let's do something oblong shape. Oblong and round is the same thing. So if I want to have a frame around this size, all right, maybe something smaller than that, and this will be the flash of the frame. So that's the center, right? Like that. So you can do the exact same thing. If you want a little bit more interesting part, you can just do it like this. Let's do this one a little bit different, all right? Okay. Something like that. Okay. Folding and folding. Like that. Okay. This one. That looks not bad. Okay. Then let's do the heart shape. So this is the inside of the frame. That's the outside of it. This time we don't do the quarter, you have to do it half, right? So I like to have it in this one, like this. Okay. Maybe this one, like this also. Or just go like that. Another of the round part here, and go again like this and like this. So something like that, okay? And then for this one again, like this. Okay, and see all those wiggly lines, it doesn't count anymore. Your final cut is the design. You can make it much more elaborate if you like. So I don't like this turn, so I just cut a little bit differently here. The lower part I make it a little bit interesting because I'm going to put the frame on the kind of stand, so I don't want to have a too sharp edge on the corner, that's why I make it like this. All right, so then cut this one. That's it. You can always change your mind and do a little bit more different later on, all right? So that's it. So these are the all three different types that I'm gonna give you pictures for this in a way you can print out, and then this is what we're gonna work on. So let's start rolling our pastillage. Let me show you first an alternative way how to cut pastillage into the shape what we're looking for, all right? Just condition the pastillage, just putting in a microwave for a few seconds and then making soft and then give a good knead and roll. All right. So once the pastillage become that particular thickness you're looking for, all right, which is to me is about 3 to 4 millimeter is a good thickness for a frame. All right. So what I did, I take this cardboard, just now I show you, and then place that oblong shape design on it, and then give some pencil marking on it, and then cut it off exactly the same shape. All right, just like this. Cut it off and cut it off. All right, then you place this on it here. All right. And then this is the trick. You can't just go back and forward. You have to start from one corner and then you're pushing down, all right? You're pushing down, only going in one direction. As you see, that pastillage is increased the size, but the shape here, what we have, is exactly this one. If I go backwards, this will be off the shape what we're looking for. That's not going to be right. So actually, we should have done this on a platform. It doesn't matter. So it has to be on a kind of platform so you don't have to disturb the shape anymore. So then you have already indication where to cut. So what I do actually, I always cut about millimeter thicker. Just go around of it and a millimeter thicker. It gives you a really beautiful additional frame that it looks very, very nice, right? You see, I'm just doing like 1 millimeter outer this line that which I can see. Just like this. You can see it from here. All right, you see that this is the marking, and I'm cutting about 1 or 2 millimeters larger. Then I have extra frame around, so it's kind of like a indentation. I can do the exact same thing inside or exactly go around the line. So this is the way that I sometimes do it if I have to do it multiple pieces. So that will be no problem. So in your case, don't worry about this. We roll it again. We're going to cut the rectangular piece. So I'm trying to keep the shape rectangular or maybe a little larger. Okay. Before you cut the frame, always placed in a platform. It could be a wooden platform or just like a plastic what I have. So this is like actually perspex about 3 millimeter. I'm sure you have seen me doing this before. Put it here. So this is not going to be disturbed anymore. All right. Put this here and use the pins. Make sure that the pins doesn't go into the cake or something. All right. Put it here. 1, 2, 3, and maybe 4. Even if you want 2 of them would be good enough. All right. So then you will have a really, really clean knife and also dry. Just a craft knife. All right. This one. So then you follow very, very carefully and slowly. All right. Go around that one. When pastillage resting for a few minutes on a platform like this, it will settle. It will just settle a little bit, and it's not going to move around. Right. And pastillage is something really, really nice to cut. Right? Take your time. And time to time, clean the knife with wet and dry also again. You know what is so good about that pastillage or any kind of sugar roll to be cut on the extra platform? Because you can change the position to your comfortable direction. So I can cut things in this direction very comfortably, but I cannot cut like this. I cannot cut like this comfortably. So that's why I can turn that platform into the direction what I want. It's very useful. At the same time, as I said, the shape of the thing doesn't distort. If I cut this somewhere else and bring it here, and it will be definitely change the shape. All right. So that's already done. Remove that. We need this one to make the base. All right. And now this time I'm not going to rely on my cut because it may not be exact straight, so which is not exactly. So I'm going to use my ruler. That's one. All right. That's two. This. And that. Now, watch this. Let's put this in the bag first. Pastel is not like fondant, it will dry on the table. All right. So I'm going to remove that and use this for the center. Okay. This is already done, so I can remove that pins. On the side. Okay. Now, this time I'm going to use this one. Get this larger. See that the texture becomes like a cloth. I wish that I have something thinner than that, but it's okay. That's really obviously that texture will be appeared on the underneath the picture. All right, we're done. Yeah, there. So I'm going to take my template here and cut this slightly bigger. Here. And here. All right. Now, check it out. This one goes upside down, like this, in the middle. So this is actually behind the photo. Because I like to get this beautiful bevel inside. So it's just inside like beveling a little bit. All right, and then pushing down nicely. So that 1 centimeter frame around, it's to glue the frame into the picture. Just underneath we will put some chocolate and then glue it. So we'll let this one dry. And I'll show you now what I did also as a base and then holder. I have done another frame yesterday, exactly the same, a little bit smaller than that, not to wait that this one get lifted, so we cannot just do it because it's still soft. And I also pipe the ornament and then also silver it. So I will do this one exactly like this over here now to show you. And this is comes from the center here, like that. And that's the holder, just a round piece, approximately about the same width, and also a triangular that which is shorter than the frame, is about 35 degrees triangular. So I will give you also the template, this one for you to cut. All right, let's start now piping. Okay, I have my chocolate already melted. As you see, this is not too liquid. So if you have a chocolate which is too runny, the piping is not going to be distinguished. So you just have to be squid just a little bit of water inside to make the chocolate a little bit creamier. Be careful not too much, otherwise the chocolate will be broken. It's not going to be pipeable. Okay, carefully this remove that we can already pipe this one. I'm not worried about anything underneath because I can wash this platform later on. I will spray directly into on here. All right. So it's also again good idea to have it on the platform because we're going to change the direction to pipe it in the right place. Just place your here, your hands touching on the ground, on the table. That's a very easy way to pipe. So my hand is resting on the table, and then just go like this. All right. Touch down. Touch down. Touch down. Don't have to do it so fast, you can do it slowly. one like that, one like that, another one like that. Okay, so we're going to do this all corners. So for these corners, I'm going to do exactly opposite, from inside out. The other one was outside to inside, all right? Okay, now, watch this. I'm just touching down, going around, and then make an S. And after that, I'm just going to put one more here, right? And then after that, come here, and then do this wiggly bit. All right? Same thing over here. Bigger, starting from the center, and then just a shape, right? And then here one, like this, and then just a bit wiggly here, right? We forgot to do this one. Okay, let's carry on quickly. Okay, the amount of liquid inside the silver dust is just a trial and error. You have to mix some of this alcohol inside, and then you spray it somewhere. If it's too thin, you add more silver. If it's too thick, it will clog actually into the pipe, so you have to make it more liquid. All right, so just spraying like this, you need the different directions. So I'm gonna go like this first, this direction. All right, so that means it's covered this way. Right? And after that, I'm going to turn around and then spray again this direction, and spray again that direction. So with this way, there's nothing missing. Right? Every part of it will be sprayed. That's it. Now we'll leave this on the side, and we're going to work with another one which is already dry. Now we have to worry about two important things. First of all, make sure the picture is rightly positioned in the frame so we don't chop any heads. And also we have some stripe around the background here so we can connect with chocolate properly without having that sugar sheet in between. All right, let's do this one first. As I said, positioning. We use again this frame, the paper, to understand where it is. This is where I want. Now what I'm trying to say is, if I cut the picture just right on the edge, it's not going to happen. And if I cut like this, also it's not going to happen. So I have here, between that edge and here about, let's say 12 millimeters, I will cut this about 6 millimeter out, all right? 6 millimeter only. So let's put some indication here. That's here, that's there, right? Without moving, be careful. That is here. And same thing over here. Just about 3-4 millimeters out. Here and here. Okay, now we can remove this. That is here. That's chopped. I have to understand where it is cutting. There it is. There it is. Now, we have to apply some moisture here. Make sure that you are out of the picture so you don't put any moisture on the picture. Make sure that it's nice and even and sticky. All right. Just divide it, and then I use water and then just like a rubbing on it to get the pastilla slightly melt with the moisture. All right. And then no losing time, right away putting on in the right place. I still need to cut the edge a little bit. All what I want to achieve here, I want to have about 2 millimeters outside without the sugar sheet, so I can connect properly to the frame. All right. So now we take the chocolate, put some here. Okay. Now, wipe some here. Right. Here and here. Then we take the picture frame, carefully placing in the right place here. Then we wait for a while. This is almost there. I like to glue now the stand. So this is the base and this is the holder behind. So the picture has to come in the middle. That means we have to put this in the sort of in the halfway through. All right, just put a bit of chocolate here. Don't need much. Okay, and then just glue it. And wait for a while till it sets. So it's all set. We can just place it on this one now, and it's also nice and secure. So we just have to put 2 dots of chocolate here, very small dots, right? And then 1 dot over here, just for a initial gluing. All right. Position correctly. Okay, and then turn around. Pipe some more chocolate here. It's obviously not touching everywhere, but just a little bit of chocolate will hold in the position. If you also like, you can cover the chocolate spots, the yellowish marks, you can cover with the royal icing. 1 dot over here and 1 dot over here, right? There is 1 more spot touching over here. I can put also 1 dot over here. That's already good enough. So I will wait for a while, and if you like, you can also put some, of course, flowers after you're placing this on the cake. So this picture frame was the tip of this week for you. For me, this will go and decorate the best spot of my house. So I would like to ask you also to check time to time yenesway.com. We also come out with the regularly long and feature-length detailed tutorials. You may just find something worthy for you there. Just check it out. So thank you so much for watching me today again. Please like, share and subscribe to stay tuned with us. Until next week tutorial, bye for now.